Hi, Cancer. Welcome to your bonus reading for the person that you're dealing with. This does not have to be a love interest, although for many of you it will be. But we all deal with all different kinds of people for all different kinds of reasons. So make it make sense for you and your situation. So let's see what comes out. So we have the Three of Swords. The Queen of Swords. And the King of Swords. So there was a conversation between the two of you, perhaps a cold one at that. It may have been an important conversation, but it definitely did something to your heart. So there was maybe perhaps an argument, some kind of conflict. Your person is showing up as the Queen of Swords. This could be an ex. This could be someone that you recently broke up with. But your heart is certainly broken. You're showing up over here as the Three of Swords. And so something was said or done here. And it looks like maybe there was a conflict that came to an end. But let's just see what else wants to come out in the cards. Clarifying this King of Swords between you is the Two of Cups. Oh no. So there's definitely love between the two of you. You love each other. This Two of Cups feels like a very Cancerian type of energy anyway. But whatever you brought in, Cancer, that the amount of love and authenticity you brought into this relationship, it appears that this person did too. So I'm hoping that this can still be something that can be repaired, but I don't know. Let's see what the cards have to say. Your person seems pretty on guard and you seem pretty broken up. So let's see what else we can figure out here. But there's definitely some kind of information flowing between the two of you with the King of Swords, because it's still a very, even if there was an argument, you're still communicating with each other. So let's see why the King of Swords and the Two of Cups. So there's the Chariot, King of Cups, and Page of Swords. So more of your Cancer energy popping through here with the Chariot and the King of Cups and the Two of Cups. So this Page of Swords is telling me that you both are willing to communicate with each other, that maybe we've settled down. We've settled our communication from a king to a page, where maybe the big blow up argument is now over. And now you're maybe wanting to reconnect. I was hoping to see that. I was hoping to see that the two of you could still connect. You're still coming at each other with swords. So you're both still feeling some kind of way. There's a lot of swords here. But now that we're seeing the Two of Cups, the Chariot, and the King of Cups, there's also a lot of emotion here. There's a lot of cups now showing up. You look like you want to come in and fix this. You look like you're kind of coming in like with this attitude of, yes, I would like to try to figure out what went sideways here and see if we can put this back together. And your person is showing up with a lot of love too. Again, this is confirming that there is much, much love between the two of you, Cancer, and that this is looking like something that can be overcome. But I'm still curious about what happened and why you're so heartbroken. So, but let's look at your person first, who's showing up as a Queen of Swords. They're being clarified by a Four of Wands. So this tells me that this is someone who you may have reached some milestones with. This is someone you might have a history with. You might already live with this person. But this person is really showing up as a grounded and stable type of energy. But they just, whatever this was, it just feels like there was a conflict. It feels like an argument to me. But let's get some more about your person. They do feel steady and stable, someone that you can rely on. But let's see more about them. So there's the Wheel of Fortune, the High Priestess, and the Moon. That's a lot of majors coming in with your person here. I think that if there was a split, if there was a breakup, or if you're still in the midst of trying to get back together with each other, I think your person really had an opportunity to really put down their sword, so to speak, get out of their head, get out of their own way, and really tap into their intuition. We have the Moon and the High Priestess coming in together, and those are both cards of very strong intuition. So I do feel like your person wants to come back in with a strong energy that they would like to shift this energy that's between the two of you now and come more at you with an emotional way instead of such a swordsy, I'm only using my head kind of way. I would like to also bring you a cup of full of love and say, here, I love you and let's try to fix this. And I do feel like your person had a lot of intuitive hits when it came to this relationship, that maybe they did or said something wrong and now they want to come back. King of Cups could also be offering an apology. When you're going from a King of Swords to a King of Cups, that's a pretty big shift in the energy. And that may be why the Wheel of Fortune is here. The Wheel of Fortune shifts the energy in a completely new direction. So that may be what's gone on here with your person here, Cancer. So, but why do you have the Three of Swords? You have the Three of Wands. So you may not have been expecting this. You may have been anticipating something else. Maybe that you had high hopes about something and your person came in with and didn't deliver. So it gives the feeling, and this is just a random example, but it gives the feeling like it's your birthday, for example, and your person forgot to buy you a present, something like that. It's a random example, but make it make sense for you. You had your hopes up high for something, or at least maybe they weren't even that high. Maybe you were just anticipating something coming in and they didn't deliver. And I think that that may be what ended up in this huge argument between the two of you. So let's see, why the Three of Swords and the Three of Wands? And it also feels like whatever this is, whatever this conflict you had, it was growing. It was something that had been building and building and building. I could get that from this Three of Wands too, that whatever conflict this person was bringing you, it's this feeling that you've had enough. It's grown too big now. And so it blew up into an argument. So there's the Ace of Cups, the Six of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles. So what this is telling me is that, again, you both had time out on your own. So if there is a split, if there was a split, if there is a breakup or was one, you both had time to really tap into your inner resources. It looks like your person went into their third eye and their intuition. You went straight into your heart space, which makes sense because your heart was broken. The Three of Swords is here. So if this person broke your heart, then of course you went into your heart space to try to mend it. So you know you have this choice to make now. You know this person hurt you, but it looks like you're choosing between continuing to heal your heart, love yourself, but you also think that you know you're going to be safe with this person. You know this might have been a one-off with this person. It might have been something that they're really trying to fix with all these majors here on their side. But this Six of Swords is saying you're leaning in the direction of coming back to this person. And the Chariot is more than leaning. The Chariot is saying, I'm fully coming back into this. And you are the Chariot. So you're showing up in your full power here, at least willing to hear them out. But you know you have a choice. You don't have to hear them out. It looks like you're choosing to hear them out. So, but why this Page of Swords? So there's the Ten of Cups. You guys, you've got the Two of Cups and the Ten of Cups. This feels, again, like you're coming back together. If there was a break, you're coming back together with love on both sides. You have a lot of energy and love on your side. Your person is showing up with a huge cup of love for you. There's this Page of Swords where you now want to communicate in a nicer, more constructive way. And there's your Ten of Cups. Bring it all back together again. So some of you, you might have a family with this person. Some of you, this might be a family member that we're talking about, because again, this could be anyone. This does not necessarily have to be a love interest. With the Two of Cups, for a lot of you, it will be a love interest, but make it make sense for you. But the love is so here. We have Two of Cups, the Chariot, the King of Cups, and now we have the Ten of Cups. It couldn't be more clear how much love there is between the two of you. So I do feel like if you feel like you want to talk to this person and you want to come in and listen to them, it feels pretty hopeful so far. So then we have the Ace of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, and the Seven of Swords. So whatever happened that broke your heart, the Seven of Swords is here. So somebody was not transparent about something. Somebody didn't tell the whole truth. Someone avoided something. Somebody wasn't completely open and honest with someone. I think it was your person over here who was not super transparent about what's going on with them or things that they were doing. But with this Four of Swords here and the Moon and the High Priestess, they know what they did wrong. They've done a lot of healing. So if this separation period has been going on for a while now, they've had time to really understand what they did, which I think it's why the wheel is shifting back to put you back together. You, with this Ace of Pentacles and with the Chariot, this tells me that you would like to build again with this person. That you're saying, okay, this was horrible. We split up, we broke up, whatever we did here. You said things, you did things, you weren't transparent. You might have lied about things, but you're saying we have so much love between the two of us and perhaps history with this Four of Wands that you're coming in saying, okay, I will rebuild with you because it looks like you're remorseful. It looks like you've done the healing. So why is the Moon here for your person and the High Priestess? Okay, that's being clarified with the Two of Pentacles. It's showing up in the same position that your Two of Pentacles is in. So this is telling me that your person knows they have to make a choice. They either can come back to this relationship and be shady, be non-transparent, but if they want to come back to you, the only way back in is to come in the right way because they saw you. They saw you leave this situation. They saw how much they broke your heart and they don't want to break your heart. There's too many cups here. So your person knows they have to make a choice. If they come back into you, it must be the right way. Or they know they should just leave you alone because they don't want to hurt you. So why the Moon and the Two of Pentacles? So there's the Queen of Cups, Strength, and Justice. They know what they did to you was not fair. They know it. And here's some more Cups energy pointing straight towards you. They are showing up as the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. They love you. They adore you. They don't want to hurt you. They hurt themselves when they hurt you. And they're getting their karmic justice. There's this saying, it's going to take a lot of courage for them with this Strength card to come back into you and save face, to apologize, to make up for what they did. They know it's going to require a lot of strength on their part to face you again and what they did to you. Whatever this Seven of Swords was that broke your heart, they have to face that now, but they want to. They want to because they want you and they want this to be better. They want this to be fair. But this is their karma. This is their karma to love you the way they do. They're hurting as much as you, and now they have to come in and fix it. And that's going to require a lot of courage. So why the Two of Pentacles on your side? Yeah, because of the Seven of Swords. So we have the Seven of Swords showing up here twice. You have to make a decision if you even really can trust this person anymore. Are you going to put your heart on the line and just trust that this person is just going to be better now? Or are you going to take your heart and go over here because you're healed? That's your decision. That is exactly what you're deciding right now, is whether or not you want to deal with this and whether you think this is a trustworthy situation or not. Yes, you may love them very much with all these cups, but that's exactly the problem. When you love someone that much, you're vulnerable to being hurt. And if they're not bothering to tell you the truth, then I too would think that this might be some kind of hurt in the future. So let's see. So there's the Fool, the Eight of Swords, and the Hermit. You have not made up your mind. You are coming in to listen to this person. You're allowing the space for this person to explain themselves, but you have not made up your mind. You're showing up as the Hermit. You're still very much guarding your energy. You have not made a decision yet. You have an Eight of Swords pointing towards this relationship. So your Six of Swords and your Chariot are saying, okay, you're calling me to apologize. I'm going to hear you out. But your Eight of Swords and your Hermit are saying, that doesn't mean I'm taking you back. That only means I'm hearing you out. That's what that is saying. And you look like you're inclined to make a new start over here in the external energy, away from this situation. The cards that are pointing away from the relationship are the Ace of Cups and the Fool. You might be wanting to take a leap, take a risk on someone else, or take a risk on just being by yourself, which is not a risk, by the way. That you just might want to start something new by yourself. That's what this is saying, that you know you have options. you have the Two of Pentacles here, and you are going directly into your soul searching hermit mode. You're spending time alone during this break to decide what you want. Are you going to face your fears and say, you know what, I'm going to trust this person again? Or are you going to say, no, I'm not doing that. This person is not trustworthy. I want to be out here on my own. So, but what was this Seven of Swords between you? It's being clarified by the Six of Cups. So maybe something, this is telling me something from their past. Something from the past they were not being transparent about. Someone they perhaps knew from childhood, someone that they, something that happened to them in their past, something about their past they did not tell you the truth about is what that's giving. But let's get, you know what I want to do here? I want to get some final advice on this situation, because this feels to me like you are trying to make a decision. So I think that's where I'd like this to go, to help you make a decision. The universe is really nudging your person to come back, apologize for what they did, face their karma, face how much they hurt you, and it's requiring them much strength to do that and much courage to do that. But the universe is making them do it. You're listening, but you still need to make a decision. So let's just close this out with some final advice for you. So there's the Three of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, and the Seven of Cups. Well, geez. There's the Knight of Swords. The universe is telling you to stay vigilant, stay on guard, that you don't know that you can trust this person. So we asked what you should do or some advice, but your advice is the Seven of Cups. So the universe is saying it's up to you. But it doesn't look like this person has fully done their healing. So if you do choose to come back, you may be starting over in some ways, but they definitely have to explain themselves, and they have to tell you the whole straight dope about what they were keeping from you, what they were lying to you about. And if they don't do that, if they can't even trust you on that level to tell you everything that went on, then the Five of Pentacles are saying to really keep this person outside of your life and to move on. You do have the Fool and the Ace of Cups in your external energy, Cancer, which is very strongly telling me that you can move on to something else and you're going to be great. You're going to be better for it. You don't have to worry if you have to protect your heart. So it does look like the advice is to really make this person, hold this person's feet to the fire about what in the world they were lying about, have them come clean completely about their past, and then and only then can you maybe decide to stay and give them another shot, because there is a lot of love here. They do love you and they want to come in the right way. I think perhaps they just didn't know how to in the past. But they've been through a lot here. Their karma's kicking their butt here, and they would like to come in and fix it. But it's really up to you. You have great options over here. And again, if they don't tell you the whole story, that's your red flag and you got to go. So that is your bonus reading, Cancer. Please tell me how that was resonant for you. And we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.